Beaumont. Welcome back to Get Published TV. This is the only show on the internet to help you to write, publish, and market your own best-selling book. Now, in the last couple of episodes, we've been on a bit of a theme talking about book titles. And we've spoken about a bit of a formula for different styles of book titles. And in the last episode, we covered two. They were short titles and long titles. Today, we're going to work our way through the rest of the list and cover a few more. So let's just get right into it and make sure that if this is the first time you're tuning in, that you stay connected with us. So please put in your name and email address so you can get notified whenever there's a new episode on Get Published TV, or you can get connected with us on some of the social networking tools such as Facebook, Twitter, or you can also subscribe through RSS feed, or if you have a little iPhone, then you can connect through iTunes, which is another cool way in order to access all this great content which is coming through. All right, enough said. Let's continue with our list. Number 3 that I want to look at today is shock titles. Now, I really love shock titles, and I kind of say that if you can't think of anything, then go with a shock title. Because you really want to make sure that your book, if nothing else, it just stands out from everybody else. So some examples of shock titles. I haven't got this book here, but I saw it in a bookshop, and the book is called Why Men Marry Bitches. Okay, so again, interesting title. It's become very, very popular. The title is called Why Men Marry Bitches. It's a relationships book, but a very, very catchy title. You know, you kind of walk past and you go, you have to sort of stop and, you know, pick it up because it's so kind of in your face. Another one is done by a friend of mine called Andrew Jobling. This is a really cool title, and it is Eat chocolate, drink beer, and be lean and healthy. So again, this is kind of a bit of a shock title. It's also a long title as well because there's a lot of words here, but it's eat chocolate, drink alcohol, and be lean and healthy. So you think to yourself, how can I eat chocolate and drink alcohol and still be lean and healthy? Well, you know, again, you look at this book and you've got to read it because it really shocks you. It really jumps out at you. Now, a friend of mine called Michelle Bowden came to see me just recently, and she's got a book on public speaking. Now, there are heaps of books out there on public speaking. There are thousands of books, right? And we went through some of the titles like How to Become a Great Speaker, How to Be an Influential Speaker, How to how to speak with presence, or instant influence. We went through the whole list, blah, blah, blah. And we went through the formula that we're talking to you about. But the one that we decided on, which was a shock title, and that was Don't Picture Me Naked. So the title is Don't Picture Me Naked. Now, you have to probably know a little bit about public speaking, or like public speaking, in order to understand what this book's about. Because one of the things that public speaking trainers will often tell you to do is that if you're a nervous public speaker and you kind of shake every time you get up on stage, picture the audience naked. Because if you picture the audience naked, then you won't take them so seriously, you'll feel a bit more relaxed, and you'll become a fantastic public speaker. And what she's sort of saying is, well, look, that doesn't work. So the title is Don't Picture Me Naked, meaning don't do what everyone else tells you to do. And this is where it's really important, because that title, it's a shock title, but it doesn't really say enough about what the book is about. And it's very important that your book is clear with its positioning. So if you go with a shock title that's a little bit abstract, then you must back that up with a really powerful and descriptive subtitle. Now, again, I'm going to be challenging myself here to think of the subtitle that we came up with on the top of our head, but it was something along the lines of how to present your ideas, influence others, skyrocket your career by following strategies that actually work. So that was the subtitle. It was something along those lines. How to impact your audience, how to command presence, how to be confident on stage, whatever those 3 things we came up with, by following strategies that actually work. So therefore, that actually work backs up the title then, saying don't picture me naked, because that idea doesn't actually work. These ideas that are in this book actually work. So it's not just a run-of-the-mill book on public speaking. You've got a title that when you say that, she's the author of the book Don't Picture Me Naked, then it gets the attention of people. If a journalist is reading a media release and it says that title, they're going to stop, they're going to read it again, they're going to say, what is the title of that book? And again, it's going to get attention from radio and television, and also from the bookstores. When they're seeing that book there, if there are 5 books on public speaking and they all just sound blah, 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 then this book will immediately jump out and be seen as being different to all the rest. So I think that's really cool. I love that title, Don't Picture Me Naked. But remember, if you go with a shock title, you've got to ask yourself the question, does it say enough? And we agreed that it didn't say enough, because it would still be confusing to people, and you can't afford to confuse people when it comes to titles. Therefore, you've got to back it up with a really powerful and descriptive subtitle. All right, so shock titles are very, very cool. I'd love to go through with you some more examples, and we probably will on a future episode, but I'm going to go on to the next one now, which is one called story or metaphor titles. Story or metaphor titles. Now, I'm going to try and grab a few books that are around where we're talking about ones here. This is a good example. This book's by Brian Tracy. It's called Eat That Frog. Now, that is, as a title, it's a short title. It's only got 3 words in it. Therefore, you've got to back it up with a really important subtitle. And there's a picture of a frog. So you may be thinking, well, what does Eat That Frog have to do with anything? Well, when you read the subtitle, it makes sense. Plus, it then reveals a little bit more about what's actually going to be in the book. For example, the subtitle here is 21 Great Ways to Stop Procrastinating and Get More Done with Less Time. So that's actually the subtitle. So it's a time management book. Now, in order to understand what it really means, you need to read the book, because in the book, what Brian Tracy talks about is at the beginning of each day, there's always a task that we have to do. It's really important, but we keep putting it off. For example, maybe it's doing your tax, or maybe it's making a call to your mother-in-law, or something that you don't want to have to do. Now, normally what people do is they wait and wait and wait. They put it off, and they get to the very, very end of the day, and they don't do it, and it goes on to the next day, and it keeps carrying on and carrying on. And he uses the analogy, imagine if you had to, every day you had to eat a frog. You've got 2 choices. You could either wait until the very end of the day, and then after you've done everything, then you grab a glass of water and you eat a frog, and it's disgusting, it's vulgar, and you feel like throwing up, but you have to do it, and then you go to bed with that yucky taste in your mouth, and you spend that whole day looking forward to that thing that you don't want to do. You can either do that, or you can wake up at the beginning of the day, reach over, grab the frog, suck it down, you've done it, and then for the rest of the day, you know that task has been done, it's been complete, you feel more energized, you feel more powerful, because you know that that's behind you. So Eat That Frog is about getting done those things that you don't like to do, rather than putting them off and procrastinating, get them done now. So does that make more sense, what it's all about? So what he's done is he's tied in, there's a metaphor that goes throughout the book, and he's then used that here at the in the title. Another one is that I just heard of. I haven't actually seen this book before, but someone told me about it yesterday. In fact, it's called Ready, Fire, Aim. Ready, Fire, Aim. Now, you think that's a bit weird because the saying is ready, aim, fire. However, ready, fire, aim means get your stuff ready, fire, and then fix it and correct it along the way. Because what a lot of people do is they wait until everything's perfect before they start, rather than just starting and then correcting as you go. Ready, fire, aim. So that's a short title. It's also a play on words. It's also a common saying with a twist, but it's also it's an analogy that's used throughout the book. So that wraps up this video. I've pretty much run out of time. I'll go through maybe one more example in the next video, which is another story or metaphor style title, and then we're going to continue and keep going through the list. So how are we going? Are you having fun? Are you learning something? Is it stimulating your brain? You may think, okay, well, this is just this is just normal information. It's not. This could be the difference between thousands, tens of thousands of dollars, or even millions of dollars if you come up with a great title. So don't underestimate the importance of what we're going through right now. So please keep listening, take it on board, and I promise you, if you put this into action, then you'll be amazed at what it will do for your book publishing career. Please leave us your comments below. Thanks for watching. See you again next time on Get Published TV. Woo!